guys, welcome back to A3's video series, Safe and Secure. My name is Alexis.
And I'm Kevin.
What's going on, Kevin?
Not a whole lot. Another week at work, having at it.
I know, man. I don't even know what week we are in of, remote work. It's just, they all just piled together, man.
We are nonstop. Days running together, that's for sure.
Oh yeah. So I know recently you spoke to the owner of Security Reps, David Tonsberg, and y'all kind of talked about like the top security manufacturers like Panasonic and, Security Reps as well. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, no, David is a wealth of information. His firm represents several manufacturers: Panasonic, Iron Yun, Life Safety Power, and Stenophone, among several other products as well. But David's been in the industry for, over 30 years. I think I've personally known him for about 10 of those. Just a great guy and a wealth of knowledge.
Awesome. And I know, with him being in the industry, he has so much insight. So I'm excited to see this episode. So without further ado, here is Safe and Secure with David Tonsberg.
Introduce yourself. Tell the audience a little bit about yourself and how you got into the security industry.
So again, David Tonsberg. I've been in the security industry about 33 years now. Like anything else, I was involved with trying to find my way in the world as a young man and working lots of different kinds of jobs. I think at the time I worked for United Parcel Service. I had an accounting job during the day as a staff accountant for a software company that is now called Microsoft. I had a job on the weekend selling menswear at Buckhead's Men's Shop in Atlanta, Georgia. So I was playing golf with my stepfather one day up in Philadelphia, and I met a guy that was the CEO of what is now known as ADI. And he asked me to go into the office in Atlanta and talk to this gentleman, Carl Fouts. And basically, when I got to the interview, I was already hired. So that's how I entered the security industry through the distributor channel, which taught me a lot. It was a great stepping off platform for knowledge, an entry platform for knowledge, and a stepping off platform to get into contracting and later into manufacturing, and now as an independent manufacturer's rep. So today, what I am is just a human being that tries to instill value with some of the products that my manufacturers have hired me to promote and market to fairly exclusive to semi-exclusive list of contractors that want to profit from using those products. So I try to teach everyone what it is to have an integral role in using these products and how it protects them from losing money, but more profiting and keeping that profit because what we do is guaranteed to work.
Yeah, anytime you and I have a conversation, I'm always impressed with the scope and breadth of knowledge that you have. And I'm sure a lot of that comes from all the different manufacturers and products that you guys represent and are a part of. Do you think you can give us just a little highlight of those companies that you guys do represent?
So to do it justice and not bore everybody to death, we'll start with Panasonic, because I've been with Panasonic for almost 10 years now, going on 11. And it's just a breadth of surveillance product offering. So Panasonic was the lead entrant to the surveillance industry. They manufactured the very first surveillance product. So it's a privilege to be able to work for them and to have that kind of a iconoclastic relationship with this manufacturer from a Japanese viewpoint, looking into the Japanese culture. Matsushita had a great perspective on the world. He said most every thought is not original, and so some of the best things are some of the best products out there have already been invented. It's our job to look at those and make them better. And so a lot of the time, a lot of his business philosophy was take an original idea that is yours and go make that thing better. And they've done that all throughout. There's many, many firsts, and then there's lots of things where they stood back from the big picture, which I think is a lesson for all of us. Just take a step back, take it all in, get a new perspective, and then go at it again and make something really great. So Panasonic, one of our other great product lines, which I was a missionary for, was one of the first manufacturers reps hired to work for Life Safety Power. Although we don't represent it in all of A3's territory, we represent it in most of the Southeast. And 5 years ago, Life Safety Power was a flea on a dog. It's very unknown. There really weren't a lot of choices in the power supply industry for integrated system solution. It was more or less hang this metal box on the wall and put a lot of conduit to it and to your access control panels, and we'll figure it out at the end of the day. And so what you would have is you'd walk into an electrical closet and you would have a myriad of junction boxes, conduit, and stuff that was outside the access control panels. And today, what Life Safety Power has done is modularized it to the point where you can really get anything done in one enclosure. And they've taken what was taken for granted, which was monitoring power, which we've never done, which is the most asinine thing in our whole industry to me, is that the AC power coming into our security systems remains unmonitored. We never know when it's disconnected, whether it's failed or they turn the power off because they didn't pay the bill or any of that. We just apply the power to it, and it's done. No one's making sure that our power is on in most security environments. So Life Safety Power, that's what they set out to do. They accomplished it very well, and they've changed the power industry. Now they're the leaders, and everybody else is following and trying to catch up to them. We work for a Norwegian company called Stentafone. It's interesting because my last name is a Norwegian name of a town in Norway. So we kind of found each other through, I was working for one of their competitors for about 9 years prior to meeting them. And what it turned out was, it was fantastic. It was a fantastic find, and we really learned to appreciate each other because the product line that I came from was really difficult to install, hard to program. A lot of the stuff that was missing that Stentafone has today I was not aware of, and now it is browser-based, license-free. It has a lot of technology in it, and the most important part of all is great audio. And so the background of that company is really intelligent audio, where we can change the volume based on the ambient noise level. We can also filter out the predominant number of frequencies that don't apply to the human voice to make the human voice more prevalent and easy to understand. And so we do that through automatic gain control of the microphone, automatic volume control of the speaker, and automatic noise cancellation. And all these are basically analytics that are built into that little intercom station that we call Turbine. They also have this a very iconoclastic front end that you'll never see on another intercom station. It's an anechoic chamber. It looks like what you would picture to be on the back of an airplane almost. It's a turbine-like front end. So very, very cool. We've worked for Iron Yun. I told Jack's son when I first met him, I don't think I can work for Iron Yun, a company named Iron Yun, because it sounds like I'm selling woks or, some knives or something, and you're going to get a bamboo wok set. I couldn't do it. And I talked to Jack for 2 years, off and on for about 2 years, going into the third year. His associate, Mai, gave me a demo at As Is, and the guy who works with me in South Florida, we call the French breakfast drink because his last name is Latang. And he was nudging me in the side. He's like, check this out. It's unbelievable. And, Jim doesn't get excited about very much if you know Jim Latang. And I said, yeah, it's very cool, but still it's Iron Yun. And so I realized the ease of use and how really accurate that product was, and so we started working with it last year. We've just finished our first year with these guys. It's not easy because we've got a whole community of non-believers in the analytic world, and rightly so, because analytics haven't necessarily worked throughout the history of getting to where we are today, which is really truly artificial intelligence. And for those of you who don't know about artificial intelligence, it's the ability to understand that that's a car headlight or a tail light or the roof of the car versus having to see the entire car in the field of view or in the frame of the image of the camera. And when you can start saying that I just see the ear of the person and that must be a human being, to having to see the whole human being before you realize it's a human being, that's the difference between artificial intelligence and what we knew from long ago, for the last 20 years. And so we have Paige, Iron Young has made, and some of the other artificial intelligence companies are making huge improvements, strides towards getting us to the place of being better first responders. And that's what I think Iron Young's all about. I think that's where Panasonic's headed with its face recognition platform, and I believe that's the future of where we're headed. Those are like the top four. I would be amiss if I didn't mention Paige Datacom, who I believe are also making big changes in the industry with their new piece of cable, just doubling the ability to move Ethernet from 100 meters to 200 meters.
Yeah, the stuff you guys have is amazing, and hopefully we can do a couple of more of these where we can do a deeper dive into each of those separate segments to really show what the added value is, or why you would pick this camera or this cable or life safety power, for example. I mean, that's some fantastic stuff.
So David's video was crazy. You know, he has so much experience. He knows all these different brands in the security realm, talking about the line cards, very knowledgeable.
Yeah, no, David's been in the industry, like he said, for 30 plus years, and security reps, I mean, the breadth of knowledge that him and his people have, and the number of systems and manufacturers that they have available inside their line with the security, it's amazing.
Well, I'm excited to hear more about David in our next video, where he discussed more of his security experience, some of his opinions and comments on the security realm itself. So can't wait to see that one. Here we go.